Beautiful day to be a bear. Beautiful day to have swung Meta to the downside, which means that we're not going to be on long today at all. My presence, I will be leaving. Um, so this is exactly what you want in a good solid swing trade. I'd love to see just another leg down. I might leave some runners for 157. We'll talk about that in just a second. So let's go over the news. Wall Street futures, they were up, now down after seeing CPI data. European shares slipped while investors focus on the key U.S. Data that just came in. Japanese shares closed higher, lifted by chip-related stocks and airlines, and the euro hovered just above parity with the dollar. While gold prices steadied, oil prices edged slightly higher. Delta sees meaningful full-year profit as resilient customer service or customer demand. Twitter sues Elon Musk officially to hold him to the $44 billion deal. Alphabet is slowing hiring in the second half of 2022 as the economy sputters. And the U.S. SEC to rescind Trump-era curbs on shareholder advisors. Expected on Wednesday to rescind rules introduced under President Donald Trump that critics said impeded the independence of firms that advise investors on how to vote in corporate elections. In other news, so we did get that CPI data. We came in around the U.S. core CPI month over month. June was 0.7% versus this 0.6% estimate. And then we had, where's that thing? Yeah, so we had year over year 9.1% versus the 8.8% expected. So coming in. Um, but anyway, so we did end up swinging and have been holding Meta. This morning I was talking with some students and we're talking about a potential pop up at the bell, maybe hitting 165. That didn't happen, or did happen, but it happened before the bell, before CPI came in. And then we did see and are seeing a pullback here to the downside. So the plan here for today is to just simply take profit. Now, I'm probably going to be out at the bell of 50% of all positions held on Meta. Okay, so if this ends up going back up to entry and I end up having to cut, oh well, that's just tough poo poo. I'm right near my target. I have a target just a little bit lower than this. So opening up the bell at 160 isn't a big surprise. The retest levels come around 160, 165 and 162.24. And so we'll be watching those. And then as well, so one of the reasons that I had this target at all right here, so starting from these lows, and then coming up around these highs, you can see that we've got a dynamic support level hovering right around this 158. So right now we're sitting at 160.50, right below S1. So I'm going to be watching the 15-minute for a little bit of a retest, just like the day before. Remember, we gapped down underneath Meta's pivot point and then retested its pivot point. So I'm looking for a quick retest of the 161. If we do end up moving to the upside, like to stay down below that before then rejecting. The 500 HMA on the hourly is worth noting. That one's at 159.27, and I will likely be out of the majority of everything. Do you think this could be a face ripper today and turn? Um, yeah, maybe. I mean, if they caused any turnage, I mean, that could definitely, we could see. I talked about this yesterday. It could cause squeeze energy. I don't. Um, I'm not quite sure right now. For me, the Fed needs to do a full point. Although 78% is expected, or expect this 0.75, still they need to kill demand. But the narrative is going to be peaked. It's peaked. It's peaked. So in my opinion, I mean, like based on the technical setups, the four rejections across the top, and the fact that we just period haven't gone down to support. So whether this is the dynamic setup or however this looks, you can delete all of this and just really focus on this, right? So these key levels. So look at oops. So look where we're at right now. Look where we're at right now. So 159, 73. Look at all of these bounces. Look at the top of this zone. So there is a possibility to bounce, but there's also the possibility to push through this. If we push through this, then the median here is going to be around 158, and the bottom would be around 155.50. And we have enough, I think, and again, it's only what I think. I could be wrong, but we only have enough, or we have enough rejections off the top to, I would say, verify further downside. So if anything adverse or the opposite of that happens, then of course we'll adjust as needed. So look at those cluttered charts. Look at those, Billy. It's almost as if I didn't just swing into a winning position off of these cluttered charts. God, I better get better at that. So we've got 160 right now that we're sitting at. It's clear as day. Let's get down into this zone, and then we can talk about and I will, and we can do this now. Go ahead and mark out a couple of smaller levels here on a lower time frame to watch out for. So let's do that now. Clutter up these. Let's clutter up these charts a little bit, huh? Nothing like some clutter. You know what I'm talking about, Billy? Billy. All right, so I think this is, and I'm going to pull this up just a hair. So it's going to be 158.75. Already said that level. We've got 157.55. We've got 156.65. And we've got 155.31. So those are the four major or significant levels here to the downside. So let me unmute. All right. So now Tesla is trending down. Okay. Okay, so obviously, I know there's some people. Is anybody in Tesla? Is anybody in Tesla to the downside? So this one, I have a clear level today. If you want to watch Tesla, I believe that the 667 yeah, 667 50 and 660. Oh, she looks. Those are cool. But they don't fit Ellie anymore, so she might if she wants to. I'm not joking. They don't. Ellie grew out of them in literally a week. I bought them. Ellie doesn't even touch those. Um, so anyway, Tesla could give you a retest of the top of that zone, which is 685, and the previous low that we had. But ultimately, I see this one moving to around 650. So, Amanda, nice job. Are we related, Mason Potter? I mean, maybe in spirit, but genetically, I have no idea. So, go take a 23andMe and let me know if I pop up. Because my tree's pretty empty after I got mine. But probably not. Nancy Lopez, good morning. I'll check the test. Yeah, for sure. Look for Garrett. I'm not sure, but based on the little information that I have, my last name would have been Petty. which is how I am with Meta. So, yeah, CP height. Yeah, so for Tesla, let me mark out the zone, all right? So it's going to be a little bit easier for you guys to identify. So check this out. This is going to be the 687.37. You've got a median level, which is where you're at right now, and then you've got a downside level at 667. And that kind of box is whoa, whoa.
Those prices are going to the top.
I've heard those prices before.
I've heard those levels before.
um,
Sorry, I interrupted.
no, you're okay, man. I was just gonna say Tesla. Underneath that 675, I would imagine we would see the 665, 667 level. So all the it's priced in folks gonna be quiet on TV today.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. It was, it's absolutely insane. I mean, dude, gold is like at 17, almost about to lose like $1,700. Like that thing is gonna actually go to 1680, which is absolutely insane, dude. Gold was like at 2 grand when the war started, and every single person that believed it was an inflation hedge was screaming at their lungs. Meanwhile, inflation has been running rampant, and gold is in a bear market. It's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. But at least for today, I posted some analysis into today. There was Tesla basically having a close below 685 on the hourly, more or less, and trading against that level. At the same time, that level is the lows of yesterday, so it looks like a pretty solid setup, at least in Tesla's way. But the warning that I do want to give, just because I don't want no bias, I don't want nobody to get caught short and get squeezed. You guys got to remember that we have seen a big drops in pre-market from CPI, and then we've seen them recover, try to recover, and then they fade out into like the closing of the bell, pretty much. We get chopped to like 12.1, and then we end up having direction after. So just don't get caught with your pants down on the wrong side of the trade, and don't get too biased. At least today, right? Remember that usually when everybody thinks something's gonna happen, that tends to be the wrong thing. When things look a bit too easy, they tend to be the wrong thing as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but good luck today. And anybody that thought that the bottom was in, I speak on you. I speak on you every day. The bottom is not in. I don't think it is, at least for now. There's no way. Shit is going to get even worse. But that 1.0 rate hack is looking very well for this next one. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. Donate a lot of my money to Goose Machado Ford. Yay!
Nice. Uh, yeah, you too, man.
Refill
But
Tesla for me.
my day is done. Pretty much. I want to, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna jump into anything. The only thing that I really want right now is I saw this chart on mRNA, and I saw that September actually Rollman. Roman. That's who I need. Roman, I need your thoughts on when you have a chance, man. Take a look at mRNA, and I'll post my chart just so you can take a look at it. But I was just looking at October 22nd, $75 puts maybe, and then September 16th, $100 puts. And if you go look at like where the like our bottom of our supply is like around 10, well, we've already tapped it, it's 120. And we're at the top right now, and this is the third time we're there, but we're also against downtrend. So I mean, I don't know if Top Bell's even listening. I could be just talking to myself. But but yeah, I really want to take $100. I don't want to put a lot of money into it, but the next supply underneath us is $82, which I kind of want to. I kind of want to. Just play with the profits. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you what the meal yield gut is doing right now. So based on where we're, I'm sorry, um, based on where we're at this morning, as far as level, and we just talked about this. Fuck, we've already bounced a little bit back up to 160.50, which couldn't be. I mean, that's not terrible, but so what I don't want to see is and this would happen fast is if they push it back up here, there is a good chance that we could see people are gonna have to get out, and we could end up. So, um, yeah, Ash, I'll do that. Sorry, I wrote that down too. It's sitting right in front of my face right now. So I got something for you though. I'm sorry about that. So what's the move this morning? Okay, so didn't take any swing, feeling a bit of FOMO. So here's yes, I know, you know what, and you see through me, you know what, because you spotted it. You've only been here for like a month, and you called me out on it. So you probably because you haven't too. I don't know, maybe. But so with I'll talk about mRNA, okay, and I might end up just grabbing the puts if it gap fills. Um, and just setting a stop loss and walking away. It's not one of those trades I'm going to sit and monitor. And if we take this, like it's either if it's headed in our direction, like if it's in trend to the downside, like you're not going to see me taking profit. Like this one goes, like it's one of those like I'm taking this trade and it works or it doesn't. All right, so we're gonna have to talk about this as it happens. 9:03. What are we doing right now in pre-market? All right, so the best thing is pre-market retest. So if we can go and maybe retest maybe 161.50 or retest 162, but I hope we stay down below S1. So, but with mRNA, let me explain what I got going on right here as far as my thoughts on the trend. But this is a nice channel to the downside. I believe that mRNA. I mean, guys, this was and if it just to put it in context for you, this was a $14 stock in 2019. In 2021, this was a $495 stock. And so while it may seem that it's just taken an absolute beating, it looks like absolute dog shit on the daily. It looks like a massive head and shoulders, the massive amounts of selling up here. And then you get these consolidations, both in the same range, which I think are like probably unloading. And we're up against resistance. We're up against that downtrend. And so here's the deal. If I take this trade, it's going to be above 185, right? Because these are cheap contracts. It's going to be above 185 that these probably get cut. And so you can expand, and the spread's wide. So that's where it's going to have to be, you're going to have to fiddle with the bid and the ask, or the limit and see what you can get filled on because these are low volume options. And which brings me to my next point. When I signal these options, I am not going to be in these options until I have signaled, and I'm going to wait for like 5 or 6 minutes, okay? The main reason is I'm not sure these contracts are not going to go up, and I'm not about to buy 10,000 of these, okay? So like this is a long hold. I'll see you in 3 months, right? But I also don't want to see contracts like because obviously we're streaming. There's not really enough people to do it, but just out of caution, when I signal these, I'll leave them out there, and then that way, you can kind of play around with the limit. And I just don't want to see like a giant spike. And what you can do is the target here. So what I can tell you is that the target is going to be around $82, right? So you can pick a strike within that range. And I like to go when I'm that far out of the money. I like to go with psychological money, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So like if you see a strike that rather than maybe buying two different expirations, you just buy one expiration and just put both that money into one contract that you feel is a little bit more suitable for you. So this is a play where my stop loss, and that's where I cut. But the target is the target. So, and the few dynamics that can change that are, of course, some type of resurgence of COVID, variant, something like that, I just really don't see anything else to keep holding them at this evaluation when this mostly happened because of COVID. So, no, he's buying puts, not share. Yeah, mRNA is at 169.50 here in pre-market, which I mean, it's still in range and it would be liable to gap fill. So, um, but let's okay. So what are we at? We're back at 160.50, still chilling. Looks like we got a little pre-market bear flag. That's not a terrible way to start. So what date? Right now I've got written down because obviously we got to open up. But I've got written down September 16th, $100 put, and then October 22nd, 75. So 75 would be might not ever go in the money, but would still print heavy. And both of these contracts are, I think, under $100. The spread's stupid, but they're under $100. But here's the deal: if you got a $500 account, forget about it. Okay, forget about it. If you got $1,000 account, maybe not. You know what I mean? Like, this is if you're a scalper, right? Maybe not. Because this is one of those ones where we know that things don't go down in a straight line unless something miraculous happens to us. These things don't happen overnight. And am I going to go heavy? I think at most I may spend about $400 here, Jibo. And that being said, so I search up tasty trades. Um, Dude, I do not know, but I love that if you subscribe to my TikTok, that you get a little tag that says pot. I didn't know that. I just kind of filled out the thing. Oh, he's looking for the lesson stuff. Just hit the link in the bio. It'll take you straight to the step by step. So, but really quickly, this is where a lot of people they're like, all right, where do we go? Or what, since we're bouncing in pre-market, like, do I just take profit? Like, you got to make a plan. And this is where I am currently as price actions development, uh get out of here dynasty, but as price actions developing, right, I am going and marking areas in which we have bounced off of, respected, and the nearest one that we have is 162, right? So we can say definitively that if we break above 162 and hold it, there's a good chance that we're going to remain or reclaim this area or this box, right? And I feel like when I call it, even though it sounds silly, but when I call it, like a rectangle or a box, like it seems to make more sense for people because like this is where it stays until it has the bullishness to break out. But here's the deal: we've got so many one, two, three. I mean, we even have rejection type setups right here at the 165 mark with a couple of little wick ups, and then we finally have that definitive break. So a pre-market retest of the area that we broke wouldn't be outside of the question. But the question is, can you hold through that? Or the question is, can you just take profit on what you have at the bell? And if if it breaks above that, right, you would still be in profit. But here's like the magic. If there's any secret sauce, right? Here's my thoughts on every trade. It either works or it doesn't, right? So either we push down and reject, and at the bell we see a break to the downside, and I'm able to get out around 158 out of everything, and leave maybe a couple of runners, if that, knowing that we could either roll this out. Or something like that. But we just have to have the patience to know where to hold, and where to watch for rejections, because we definitely know. I feel like Charlie doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about my family. Um, but yeah, I personally would love to see a rejection off of either 161.50, which is S1, or here in pre-market, since we're creating and setting up this bear flag, perhaps just go ahead and give it a good flush. But here's the thing: if we get no move up and we just flush down, then I don't think it would be an extended flush unless we really, really, really dump today. Fed swaps fully priced in 150 BP of hikes over the next two meetings. Yuck. Per Kramer bottom days. When right wait. Okay, so that you think it's gonna go under 100. Um what is the question? Did I already do Tesla? All right, Discord homies, what are you watching? What are you in? What do you want me to take a look at? I know that there's some people in Tesla, um AMD, lots of people in AMD. Everybody, you guys love AMD. We might have to make like just like a stock specific like Discord channel. Bank of America just moved up recession expectations. Oh God. All right. Okay. Here we go. So number one, we talked about this yesterday. AMD is bundled up against its downtrend, and what appears to be a established channel. I also see below $74. We got S1. So if it does pull back, watch 73, 75, and $74 to the downside. And then in pre-market, right? So let's zoom in a little bit. We need to know where exactly things are at. Okay, so we want to find a good solid retest. So I would say that 75.87 would be an area that you could, this box, right? So the pivot point, so look at the pivot point at $76. So you could just round that up and basically say $76 above that 76.10, you can anticipate a move up to 76.85 and 74 or 77.40. But below it or rejecting it, right? And then see the 9-day moving average right there as well. That's where you would look for further downside. Now, that's not to say that it can't just go up and retest or just fall at the bell or even give you a retest of the $75 whole number. But if we bounce, I would be watching 75 and then, of course, 75, 75, and so on and so forth. So, all right, guys, we'll do Tesla one more time. Are you serious? Hold on. What? I am selling the majority of meta puts at the open. Yes, about 50%. Wow. Guys, this is ridiculous. So 678.25. That's currently where we're at. 670. So I have 675. below this, and we've got a nice boxed out area that we can kind of that we're playing within, right? So a bounce or a move up to 687 still remains relatively bullish. Anywhere above that, you got a gap fill potential. So that would be a goal to stay down below that. You've got a potential bounce retest level at 680 this morning. So if you do bounce, watch 680 for that rejection. And then the bottom here is 667.81. I do have a dynamic trend line, right? That's coming across. That's going to be around 660. So that's on Tesla right there. So right around here, I've also got a 500 HMA there. Um, got a nice gap down as well. So Hmm? Oh, you're good. I don't have any cameras up there. No, no camera. Well, they haven't looked. Yes, I love that thing. You want to love it? That's great. That's dope. It's like a real water park back there. Maybe I'll start a rental company with that thing. It's not a bad idea. All right. What's the gap up ceiling? I think the gap up ceiling would be 680. If you move above 680, you could expect a test of that 685. So no, I'm not saying there. I mean, yeah, there could be a bounce, but here's the thing: we're opening up on the top of a demand zone, right? So my first instinct is I would either A, want to be below it and then retest it, the top of it inside of it, or the fact that we're opening up on top of it gives me the indication that there's a possibility for a bounce. And because most people are going short, it probably would be, I think inevitably it does go down. So getting a little bit of a better average. So I think that that's going to be what people are going to have to set limits. And this is where you either take profit and you're happy with your profit, or you trim out and take some profit, right? And then if it doesn't work out, guys, this is something you got to learn to be okay with. If it doesn't work out, the worst that you can do is just cut for break even and keep it moving. It's simply about execution. If you take a trade and it doesn't work out, you just keep it moving. And a lot of the times people like panic because they feel like they're doing the wrong thing when they take a trade and it gains $10 and they didn't take profit, right? And then they lost 6 or they lost 20. Like, no, like if you can get over that little thing, that little battle you're creating in your mind with dollars, and like, look a little bit further than that, like you need to be focusing on executing the plays, because 9 times out of 10, like even if a couple of those times it misses, if you're, and this is how you build up, like that time in the market and finding setups and pattern recognition, and being able to identify supply and demand, and then having indicators that you use to back up your key levels and the things that you do on your own. That should give you the confidence, and the wherewithal to do that. Wait, why did you? Oh, I thought you said you swung meta calls. Oh my God. You just broke my train of thought. I shouldn't have read that comment. But at the end of the day, it's about executing. And if you let the little tiny, you know, reversals, or the retest, right? So like a lot of the times, I don't know if anybody was, well, there was a lot of people around. I don't know what I'm talking about, but like Roblox, we took Roblox on a long put, and that shit went up. I think we were up like 15-20%. And then Nancy had to open her, well, actually, it wasn't her, but everybody and their mother was like, yo, Nancy's in calls. And so inevitably the price went up. I changed I had a stop loss. I didn't care about what happened. I said if it hits my stop loss and breaks above it, I'm out. and I could have taken profit at 20%, but the trade that I was trying to execute didn't work, or didn't play out quite yet. So I wasn't done. So it either your stop loss is there to help you get out at a place that's within your risk management, and then the setup that you take and you plan and you, so like if you have a shorter expiration, going, or like, next week's, moving from here to here inside of a supply zone, that's totally, dope. You can set yourself up like that. And then moving further in expiration, if you think we go to this 500 HMA and you go out 3 weeks or you go out 2 weeks, and it ends up moving to this downside and bouncing right back up. Do you panic and sell, or are you still trying to execute that same play? It's just like the 5 minute or the 10 minute. It's just all happening in slow motion, essentially. So yes, you're going to get bounces. You're going to get this type of stuff, but then eventually, right, if you have the patience that comes and has to come with the longer expirations, like you guys see Rollman, man, the dude holds through like straight up storms, like, but he sticks to his analysis and his plan. So that's it. And same thing goes for me. I have a plan. And if it doesn't work out, so if I sell a little bit of meta here and I make a little bit of money, and the rest of meta ends up reversing and breaking above that level, so be it. So be it. It doesn't. Not every single play has to go my way. I would love it to, but I would rather just execute. And if I have to end up getting out of the trade because it hits my break even or my entry, which I think that's probably a suitable place, and I have a better place to exit before it even gets to that entry. But yeah, my plan is to surpass Elon's wealth today. Okay, all right, high hopes. Market keep going to that shit. Guys might have to go to YouTube and rewind if you guys want to see. We open up 8:45, guys. So not being a butthead, but if you guys are rolling out of bed at 8 or at 9, 9:25, and asking me what my plan is, uh, yeah, not to be rude, but it kind of leaves you with 5 minutes to prepare to basically deal with your money. Like you have five. It's like 5 minutes before you make a deal with your money. Like, yeah, that's. Let's see what happens here. Where is Meta? Meta's at 159. Oh my. All right, this is dope. Oh my God, Hunt just saw his name. He said I hate that yesterday he goes, I hate that I'm labeled as the group a-hole, and I was like, damn it, I haven't actually done that yet. So we'll take it off when you're nice, okay? Alex. um we're right there, man. Right now I've got bounce levels this one's at 159.65. So all right, we got 5 minutes. Listen, if you didn't swing, wait, be patient, okay? We just got this CPI data. Manny even said it. Expect the unexpected. Have your levels. If you are stepping up today and you have no plan as of right now at 9:26 Eastern time, life's going to be really hard. Go ahead and start doing it now. You don't have to take the opening trade. You don't, if you're not prepared, you're going to be anxious. And if you're going to be anxious, you're going to be emotional. And if you're emotional, you're going to make bad decisions. And if you make bad decisions, you're going to have bad emotion or feel bad about that. And then this vicious cycle ensues. So, Potter, my Tesla calls for next week ain't happening. Oh God, bro. I joined, and the first thing you said was Alex. Oh, what's up, Alex Wood? Yeah, you got a few. Thanks for the meta swing. Of course, dude. Let's cash out. Yeah, dude, just give it maybe at the end of the day, dude. I mean, we'll I'm not trying to make any predictions right now, but all right, everybody, let me alert everyone out of out of 75% at the bell on the meta puts stop loss on runners. So I don't want people to end up getting upset. So I'm gonna mark, right? So I may end up holding the runners a little bit longer. But 161 S1 basically, which is 161.05. Real good foods? No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't lie. Don't lie to people. Yeah, I'll keep my eye on Tesla today. I'm gonna be watching the hourly on that bad boy. I got Tesla underneath, so watch Tesla to retest 780. Look for a 780 rejection. Yes, if you're in Meta again, profit. Take it. If you added any 160s for next week and you swung them, take the profit. Oh my god. Jim Cramer just gonna keep throwing money at the bottom. I was golfing when G called out those meta puts. Golfing with your future, bro. All right, guys, 1 minute. Take a deep breath. Remember, don't be greedy. Let things build. And once you see something that is high probability, you've seen it before, you've seen it happen before, don't just watch it. Have the confidence to pull the trigger. And the best thing that you can do when you take that trade is know exactly where you're going to get out. And people have been asking me, like, how do you decide that? I use other people's money. So where other people short, where the top is at, that's where my money goes. So, all right, guys. All right, open up. And of course, it's going to bounce before it gives us a chance to exit. All right, brokerage. I'm staring, guys. I am literally burning a hole in the screen that has my tape right now. I can't talk. I just watch. All right, right here. It's giving you a gift. It's giving you a gift. If you didn't trim there, trim now. If you want to trim, trim now. Trim, 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 trimmity true. What did you get filled at, dude? On the 155s? This looks good. I mean, shit, we got almost like we got a solid ass retest right there. If we can hold this candle down, by God, we might actually end up breaking to the downside. And unfortunately, I've only got it out of 2, and I'm about to get out of another 2 now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clear out now. Not all the way. I'm just out of what I said I was going to do this morning because we're back at open right now, so this is good. And the contracts are picking up. Come on, tape, do your thing. Activate bids. Go, dude. What is Gandalf right here? Come on, pass. Look at it. Look at it speeding up. Look at the tape. There it is. There it is. Get down there. That's the level we talked about. So that's where. Oh, it might bounce. Let's go look at the 3. I don't want to go look at the 3, but I might have a seizure here. Oh yeah, it might do some janky shit right here. If it does not clear below 159.66, we gotta clear this little level right here. Let's move. Move. I know you all are focused because not a single solitary person is typing in this Discord except for Zebo. Everybody's looks the exact same right now. My eyes are dilating right now. I'm losing focus. Trying not to spite you. Yeah, that's me right now, hon.
BGRU Vero getting on top here now.
Shut up.
$15.64.
Yes, don't short in areas that we can bounce. So if you guys want to clear out of more, cut out of more, take profit, take profit, take profit. Don't be greedy. If this is enough money for you, take profit. I sold it open. All right.
About 5%, so we'll pull that 50 on Tuesday, change BGRU.
What ticker? I'm watching Meta right now, but I just TP'd out of the majority of the swing here, so. What is your guys' percentage on the 155s? I'm curious. For those of you who still have them. Okay. I mean, that's still a nice gain. Okay. Well, here's the deal. Right now, it's bouncing. So you can either A, and there's a gap above, but we've already seen a major rejection here. You can either A, sit, hold, and bring and obviously keep that stop loss intact and trim now. But if you're up 40% and you got runners, I'm sticking to my guns right now. I don't expect for this to go down, and I will give it all of this space to do whatever it needs to work out whatever it has to fall more. So if you guys are hanging out with me, 88% Mako. The hell? You swung next week's? My boy? Mako? Yeah. How? It's got to be. He's got to have something a shorter expiration. So, yeah, guys, we're not really adding. I'm not having added into anything. I'm just taking profit on what I signaled. So, and watching right now for. So delicious. How far out of the money were your contracts that you didn't get a lick of profit? I'm not. Oh, short test though. Plaza. What did I just type? Oh, you guys are oh, it is. Oh. 686. I had 686. So I mean, it's just I may have been off a little bit, but there you go. Yeah. So you just need to hold down below that. That's a little bit. It just hit the 500 HMA. What do we got going on with the QQQ?
Coming up at 10:30, including gasoline inventories.
All right, whereas so watch for a 282.64 retest on the Qs. 282.64 retest on the Qs. Above that, you've got 283, and then unfortunately, it might end up being downside after that. But Meta is holding up well against that. So just what you can do is if you have a longer expiration and you have 3, 4, right? You can grab a call right now and just like a weekly call or whatever the case may be, and go ahead and hold it. And that one either goes and you cut your puts. If Apple's filling its gap, we might see some gap fills. But how far away is Apple's gap? Because Apple was holding up. Oh my fucking god!
Moving a bit higher now. 37.67.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, wait for that. But I would Meta seems to be showing a real divergence, so
Hindenburg Research says has accumulated a significant.
yeah, just sell it, Carson. Yeah, you need to sell a put if you have it. You don't have to hold it. You had a SPY 355 put for what? For what date? Turtlesis.
There is a Twitter climbing to the high 36.50.
I think we go and retest some. So SPY is ripping right now. QQQs. There it is right there. S1 283.15. They're not going to give it to us that easy. Bull trap for this Friday. And you were in 355s. And let's see, we gapped down to 374. How much were you up? $5? $10? $6.50? Dude, if what you're doing is taking a lot of risk in slow motion. So it may seem like you're taking less risk by buying cheaper and going way the far out of the money, but what you're doing is you're just basically poking holes in your arteries and bleeding out slowly. Like this is in no way, shape, or form. You would have had to caught a dump. That's a gamble. So you gotta if you're gonna waste your money, I would rather you do it on a riskier trade with that's closer in the money with a higher probability. Are you looking at delta? Go with something with the delta, around 46. something, like and have some type of setup, that you recognize. But just to take a put on SPY, like I get it, CPI is coming in, you can think of a dump, but you still have to stay within a realistic manner. I mean, you have to our realistic strike selection. So that was a YOLO revenge trade. All right, well we gotta no more. No more turtleish. You gotta no more revenge, dude. You know what happened to Anakin? He may have become really powerful after that, but he died, so he didn't even get to hang out with his son. He had to sword fight him with laser sword. It's terrible. Tragedy. Well, I just told you. Found the road. All right. Work fingers. Guys, there's squeeze. This is squeeze type energy. So if you grab a call on Meta, they're not quitting, dude. They're really they're gonna push it up into this gap. So if you're in 155s, I would definitely recommend hedging of some sort. I'm probably gonna go ahead and let this go up to maybe even yesterday's close. I'm not panicking because I already made some pretty good money. Um, Nothing too crazy, but I did swing 160 puts for next week. So that's fair.
And the Clovis, they find out $2.79, LDS.
Oh, shorts trying, dude. They don't want to get squeezed out. Look at them. Look at them struggling. Please don't squeeze me. Oh my god. Have you ever seen the Spanish? The Spanish one. I no, but if you hear it in Spanish, it's so much better. What? Wait. Um. Ayo, part of manhood is being able to grab a bee with your bare hands. That's right. I'm just kidding. I'll be out there in a second to help you. Oh, there it is.
Suficiente. Ahora, el hombre de jengibre. ¡Eres un monstruo! El único monstruo aquí eres tú y esas personas que le cuentos de hadas y arruinan el mundo perfecto. Ahora sí. Tú tienes la misma ganas de llegar a su límite. Dime un
All right, Meta is pushing to the downside, guys. I gotta take a phone call really quickly. TikTok. Gotta go to YouTube.
¿Conoces a Big Ball? Gary,
Hold on, Katie.
¿conoces a Big Ball?
President Biden says inflation unacceptably high data out of date. White House Advisor Dean says another field of focus is boosting refinery capacity. NA Nano Labs, yesterday's IPO, bolted on the circuit breaker. Remember how down about 11% now, $10.06. That's what our outlook. Biden says gasoline prices have been declining for 30 days. He says hopefully we will get greater cooperation on energy issues following Biden's Middle East trip. TRS trading now after a circuit breaker wall with no alpha. AMOAX at $10.50 down, almost 13% from the alpha in yesterday's IPO.
All right. Well, sorry about that. I got a phone call from an unhappy individual, and due to that, I am still in meta. I'm here. Everyone call Gary. I'm here. Oh, that's why. Oh my God. Fuck all of analysis. All right, let's look at mRNA. Oh, mRNA gap filled fast. Meta still has a lot of downside pressure, man. They do not want to let this go. Got you. Yeah. Nice. A price action, Nvidia might end up wanting to go for more of the gap. That's crazy, dude. Absolutely bonkers. Does it really recover all the way? A $30 put? Holy crap, right? Who was I talking about Meta with yesterday? About extending this channel? I'm curious if that does that. Because that's exactly what it did. It hit 160 and it channeled out. Yeah. Um, Alex, it's starting to look more Yeah, I don't. I'm happy to have gotten out, around the 40% mark. So I have my runners, but I'm not super keen on holding or trying to re-enter anything. But I do think that above your nine, and obviously, really 162 35 where we already tapped. That's where you're going to see that squeeze, and I don't think it would end there. At that point, I'd be looking even higher, 164.72. So, oh man, banks are dumping. We could see a quick reversal, but um, yeah, it might help. Um, it has been really erratic, but I've noticed a lot of extensions like this. That's awesome, baby. Did you guys? Is everybody out of their positions or AMD gap filled hard, hard, bouncing straight off of 74, 70, 50 gap fill, push past. Semiconductors were strong over. Oh, nice, nice. Meta's showing a lot of weakness, so what could happen is this is the mouth of what ends up being a falling wedge. A lot of the times on support, you'll see like this crazy consolidation and then a bounce. So let's see what it does. Here's what it is. If you engulf this mess, meta back down below 154, 159.65. There you go. All right. So that's about it. It's back in what looks to be trend, but we did exactly what I said this morning. We literally retested all of the levels that we broke yesterday, and if anything, broke them. Twitter, the fuck. That's because they're voting to get this deal pushed through, I imagine. Out upside QQQ 50%. Yep. I don't know. There's a lot of misdirection right now. Oh my God. All right, guys. I actually got to go ahead and I gotta hop off. I just forgot about something. Holy crap. That's not good. I'm an idiot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark out my levels really quick because I even on my phone I gotta like burn rubber right now. And then I gotta get back and I got a couple of people to meet with. But not I'm like you can't not it's that's not weed, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. All right. If it gap fills, I'm gonna go ahead and just like grab a weekly call to run through if we end up pushing back above like 162, and I'll let it go and fill that gap, and then I know resistance is at 165. So either that or we just continue to break down. I'll hold what I got anywhere below 159.660. I would be liable to reshort and just pretty much take it from there. So, alrighty. I gotta go. Holy shit. Well, congratulations. If you guys, we did have opportunities to take profit on those contracts at the bell, the majority of the position. I think everything did work out. A lot of people asked me, hey, do you think it's going to bounce? Yes, it did. And that's what happens when you open up on top of support. So take this as a lesson going into future trading days. When you open up on top of support, you use that as a bounce level or a level to move down towards. If you open up underneath a support level, then oftentimes you will retest it before moving further to the downside. So everything's pretty clear here for me, but I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye bye now. I forgot. I'm gonna leave this stream up. I'll leave the I think I'll do four. So I'll show the meta hourly, meta 5, Tesla. Tesla looks so bearish. I have an alert set on mRNA for me to enter, so I'm not I haven't been like so hyper concerned. Yo, Meta is right, or Facebook, excuse me, Tesla is literally right up against that 708 that I talked about. All right, I will talketh to you later.